Today, we're talking about how to show up for each other as friends. Hard times, happy times, we just show up. So today, we're going to talk about two stories, one rather sad and the other a joyful yet stressful story. So make sure you stick around to hear that joyful, stressful one. That was really something. But yeah, we're talking about how we have shown up multiple times for each other during our decades-long friendship. And this is just two examples.
And I think that the joyful moment is probably one of my most favorite memories of our moment, which happened not that long ago. So it's a really good one. Stick around, listen. It's great.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, that one.
It was.
Stressful, but fun.
Yes.
So we're going to start off with a story that is sad. But I will say that Katie really showed up for me during this difficult time. I mean, you were there. She was there. So my mother was diagnosed with a terminal illness. I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but my mom was diagnosed with a terminal illness. And during that time, if any of you have ever been in that space, I was just dedicated to being there for my mom, as my whole family was, right? So I was not reaching out to others. I was not even reaching out to Katie. I was just totally dedicated to what was happening in the moment. So this was, 22 years ago.
So mind you, I knew her mother very well, and I loved her very much. So it's not like I was disassociated and didn't know her mom. So I knew her mom very well. So it was close to my heart as well.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Thanks. I didn't say that. Oh yeah, she absolutely knew my mother very well. But I was in the moment, right? I wasn't thinking about anything else other than what was happening. So
as you should have.
This was, and this again was just over 20 years ago. So we still had pagers, and I actually carried one for work at the time. So there were times I wasn't even keeping Katie up to date on what was happening, and she would literally page me on my pager just with her phone number, and I would call her back, and basically she's saying, look, I'm just checking in on you. Do you need anything? What can I do for you? And it, obviously was a time just for me to share with her because she cared about my mom. And, so I was kind of sharing with her the status and how things happened. And I'll just fast forward a little bit. That went on for a number of weeks.
Yes.
Yes. And I kind of felt bad because I wasn't reaching out to her directly, but she totally understood. And I would tell you that was just the beginning of her showing up during that period of time, because when my mom did pass, for reasons that are not important today, my boyfriend was not around the night it actually happened. My mom passed one morning, and that night, I did not want to be by myself.
Right.
And so I talked to Katie, and she offered to come over and stay the night with me, knowing that she had a commitment, that she had to be up at you had to leave my house by 6 a.m. the next morning. But she knew. I told her, I said, I don't want to be by myself. And she packed her stuff up. She came over. She stayed the night at my house, and it's kind of hung out with me all night, just listened to me and just hung out.
It was kind of like, I don't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
It was kind of like a crying of, what do I do now? What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
And it was like, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to live in the moment of grief, because that's all we could do at the time.
It was.
For her, obviously for her and her family, there was nothing to do but be there. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what it was. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
Was we hung out. She listened to me. She, and she was grieving too. Like I said, differently maybe, right? Because
grieving for my friend who had lost her mother, because I've never lost a parent, as of today. Thank you, God. I've never lost a parent. So trying to understand where she's at that time, I couldn't imagine losing my mom. So it was like, wow, this is real. And like I said, we were very close to her mom. We spent a lot of time with her mom. We laughed, and she was great. She was awesome. She was quite the character.
She was fabulous.
She was.
As a matter of fact, in some of our previous episodes, where we mentioned how we met at Taekwondo, and we used to go to, like, once a month, we would go to this black belt training, and it was near where my mom would work on the weekends, at this gourmet food market at the bakery. And every time we were done with black belt class, we would go in there. But to get back to
buy a whole pie and eat it.
That we would. But to get back to how Katie, so she stayed the night that night, even knowing she had to get up the next morning and go. And I mean, she was just there. That's what we did. I didn't know what to do next. It was just grief and shock. And, there's no blueprint for that, no matter who you are.
Nope.
There's no blueprint. So she really showed up. And then obviously over the next couple days, services and things like that. And again, during the final day of services, she showed up as early as she could get there. Like, as soon as me and my family arrived, Katie was there and stayed the entire day till 8 p.m. So from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m., she was there. She said, I'm going to be here for you whether you need me or not. I will run to the store for you. I will feed you. I will go get beverages for you. Whatever myself and my family needed, Katie was there, and she stayed the entire day.
And I think I recognized that during those weeks of your mom being sick, she was not taking care of herself. She had lost a ton of weight. So it's like, okay, I need to feed you. I need to be there for you. I'll just be here. Just direct me. Whatever you need. And even when she didn't know what she needed, I'm like, all right, it's time for a water break. It's time to eat. It's time for this, that, and the other. And obviously I'm close with her family as well. So really just a body there to do whatever anybody needed.
Yeah. And that's exactly what she did. She was there the whole time. And if anybody's ever gone through this, that's a long day. That's a long stretch of days. And to have someone there, because you forget to do those things, right? You forget to eat. Try to keep up on water and things like that. So to have somebody there just to do those little things, boy, I even to this day, we still talk about it sometimes. And like, I'll never forget how she showed up for me in that moment. That was fantastic. And, we will move on a little bit to the sorrowful story. The joyful story. But just to
my pocketbook,
just to say, how I felt during those times, I appreciated it then. Now afterwards, I appreciate it even more. And this, again, today, 2 examples of how we showed up for each other. But there's a lot more to come, but just a testament to how strong our friendship is.
And that's really important with friends. Are you willing to do that? Can you do that? Yep. Will you drop everything you have to show up? And I really didn't even think about it. I got a husband. I just had my one daughter at the time. It's funny because when I was pregnant with my son, his due date was her mom's birthday.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, it's like when you're close enough to somebody, you just say, gotta go. Nothing I can do. I gotta go.
And that's what we do. Yep. That's what we continue to do.
100%. Yep. That's just one example of many examples we have, which we're not going to share today, of when you show up for somebody in dark times and happy times.
That's right. Let's go.
Stressful times. So 2 years ago, my daughter got married. And it was a pretty big event. Not a ton of people, but it was not really out of town, but
about an hour away.
Yeah, about an hour away. So there was hotels and everything. And honestly, I don't remember a lot of it. I just know Lisa came up Friday, which was rehearsal dinner time. Obviously, she wasn't involved in that part. But here I go. Lisa, I need you to do
A, B, C, D, and E. And then after that, I forgot, these other things.
Gosh, so many things. And it's funny because my expectation wasn't there for her to be there like she was. But looking back, had she not been, I'd have been really, really stressed out. And I didn't really have somebody who's like, okay, I need you to do this and I need you to do that. And the one thing she did was the morning of the wedding, she took my phone away. She's like, we're not answering calls.
That's right.
I will field any calls for you. There's nothing more important than you being with your daughter and getting ready for this big day.
I was a personal assistant that day.
100%.
Yes.
For free.
Because there's so much going on. And
I'm just not that organized.
Yeah. I mean, but
not.
it's a wedding day. And again, anybody who's been through that probably understands all of the little last minute things that you think you have everything covered, but then you get to the day or the day before.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I'm
going to need you.
Yes. Yes.
So the day of the wedding, that morning, so we stayed at the hotel because that's kind of what we had to do. We got up that morning, hair, makeup, all that fun stuff. And I'm like, oh, you got to go to Target. Oh, can you do this? I don't even remember what I was sending you for.
I went to Target while they were at the rehearsal
now,
dinner
mind you, we're in a
Friday
whole
night.
different town. So, like, she has no idea where the freaking Target is.
Thank goodness for navigation tools.
Absolutely.
Waze. I use Waze.
Waze. Yep.
So Friday night, they're at the rehearsal dinner. She sent me to Target. I need blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. And then I think I went somewhere else. I don't know. And then Saturday, I'm back at Target.
Yep.
Because there was all these things.
These lights that we wanted,
So,
if I
yes,
remember
fairy
right.
lights and stuff.
Fairy lights, this, that, and the other. And then getting dressed. And then she obviously had to get herself together, which she looked beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
We did.
Thanks. Yeah, it was great.
It was great because, I have a lot of family, but at my table with my husband and my mom, who was sitting on my left side, my best friend. That's how important she is to me. And everyone in my family knows how important she is to me. And everyone in my family loves her to death, 100%. So we danced and, danced, stayed till the end. And she can really get down. I mean, down to the floor. So that was fun. So anyways, so the wedding was over. People are leaving, this and the other. And who's with me cleaning up? Yeah. Oh, my husband? Don't know. Oh, I don't know. Everybody left. Even my daughter. I don't know. So we're cleaning up this, that, and the other. Although I think a couple of the bridesmaids stayed and helped clean up.
Yes.
They really did. But the important part was at the end, now, mind you, everybody's gone. It's 11 o'clock at night.
It was like 12:30.
Was it? She's tired. I'm tired. I'm like, we need to go get a bottle of wine.
That's right.
So I got my hair all up and I'm wearing this button up. Who knows what we looked like?
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah. So we sat on the balcony of
My hotel room.
Her hotel room. Now, mind you, everyone's asleep now.
Yeah, just us.
Yep. So she had to pull all the bobby pins out of my hair, which took forever. It was very painful, right? So that being said, we got that. Now, the most important part, well, not the most, was the morning. Her and I are up at 6:30 in the morning. I'm knocking on her door. She's calling me. We've got to get the tuxes together.
Yes.
We've got to clean up the rooms because they're a mess, and you just don't do that. You just don't leave hotel rooms a mess. That's not cool. We've got cleanup to do. And guess where everyone else is? My husband's in the jacuzzi. Everyone's at breakfast.
Yes.
And we're sitting there. Oh my God. I need the tuxes because I got to return the tuxes. I got to do this. I got to get my daughter's dress. And guess who's helping me?
We were 2 hours into our cleanup before anybody else even got.
Yes. And then, do you think anybody helped us?
They all went to breakfast.
They all went to breakfast.
Bridesmaids, groomsmen.
Yep.
Your husband.
My husband. Oh, he went to the jacuzzi. Now, I love my husband. Don't get me wrong. He did an awesome job. But
he really did.
If Lisa wasn't there, he would have been a miserable human being because I'd have been like, you got to help me at 7 a.m. and blah, 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 blah.
It was such a great time.
It was a great time.
And I will say, when she told me that I was going to be sitting at their table, like that, because I think I asked you, I'm like, oh, well, where am I sitting at some point? You're like,
by me.
Yeah. She's like, at my table.
Right.
I'm like, ah. So I was super excited. I was super excited for that. And honestly, I would do it again in a heartbeat. It's just what we do as friends.
Yeah.
For, decades long now. And it was a great evening. It was a great weekend.
It was.
It was so fun. Everything turned out beautifully. And
My best memories, definitely.
yeah. So that's how you show up.
Yep.
Right? That's how you show up for each other. You show up for each other as friends. Make sure that you drop us some comments. See if, you've ever been through either of these or any situation where you can think of, hey, my friend showed up for me and, this is what happened. And we would love to hear your story. So thank you so much for joining us for this video. And we'll be dropping one every week.
Yep.
So if you want, hit like and subscribe and drop us some comments. We would love to hear your stories.
Every story, a new topic that I think resonates with all people who are friends or who want to create these bonds.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Peace.